children came to say goodbye. They clapped and cheered as Toby rang his bell. Bye-bye. Everyone was sad to see them go. Whatever will they do, and where will they go?
When Wilbert first got Mavis, it was really as a present back in 1962. It would actually take 10 years until Mavis was finally written into the Railway series books.
Mavis is a quarry diesel. She came to Sodor to help Toby in the quarry. She has similar type to Toby, but is feminine and black. Mavis likes to arrange the trucks in the specific way she likes, which annoys Toby heavily.
Trucks should be where you want them, when you want them,
Fudge,
said Mavis. One day, Toby lost patience.
I can't play hunt the trucks all day long with you shunting. If you want to do it yourself.
Old fuss pot. The next day, she went to talk to Daisy.
Toby is such an old fusspot. He acts like the work I do doesn't matter. It's ridiculous.
I know how you feel, darling, said Daisy. Anything steam engines can do, we diesels can do it better. Mavis liked this idea. There was a crossing on Toby's line. He stopped before it to help the trucks and him push up once the traffic goes. Toby warned Mavis about this.
I'll be fine,
Mavis told him back. But as Mavis puffed down the line, the trucks were being troublesome.
Toby should be pulling us. We'll teach her a lesson.
Mavis soon reached the crossing, and the trucks pushed her up the hill. All traffic halted.
What in the headlight for fusspot Toby?
But she wasn't able to giggle. She had stopped in the wrong place in the middle of the crossroad. The trucks had played their trick.
Hold back,
Yelled the trucks. To make matters worse, Mavis couldn't move. The trucks had stuck her in a particular position. Growled Mavis. Men tried everything. Pouring sand, clearing snow, melting snow, but it was no use. Growled Mavis.
I knew this would happen,
muttered Toby.
I refused to help her.
But Toby, those are your trucks, said his driver. What would the Fat Controller say? Toby realized he was being childish and decided to help Mavis. A farmer was just telling Mavis what she could do with those trucks when Toby finally came to help.
Having trouble, Mavis,
said Toby. Growled Mavis. Everyone stood back as Toby began to push. Toby pushed Mavis back up the hill while workmen cleared away the snow with mud. At last, Toby had done it.
Goodbye, Mavis,
said Toby as he puffed away. Mavis didn't say anything. She just puffed back to her shed and hid in the sidings with the trucks and never said anything more.
Picture a land where the sky is so blue, a storybook land of wonder, a magical island just waiting for you. Island of Sodor will make your dreams come true.
I feel like Henry did work his hardest on the railway. He never let anything stop him from doing his job. Well, besides some things like rain, coal, fireboxes, and an elephant.
Ever since Thomas the Tank Engine was left to work on his own branch line, Gordon and Henry were miserable. They were forced to shunt their own coaches into the station, and they hated it. James and Edward helped sometimes, but even James got tired of this. "We get no rest, they'd say. You're lazy and slack, the coaches would say. The Fat Controller even gave them new paint, but even that didn't help. But when a circus came to Sodor, their moods changed to more positive. They were of course annoyed when James was the one who was allowed to take the circus train away. Later that day, the Fat Controller spoke to Henry. "There's a blockage in the tunnel," he said. "I need you to help push it out. Can you manage?" "I'll try, sir," said Henry doubtfully. When he got to the tunnel, 6 workmen went inside. But no sooner had they entered, they immediately ran out in shock. "We went to the blockage, but when we went inside, a large girthy noodle thing attacked us. We all managed to get out by the hairs of our chins. We did. Well, Henry, said his driver, we'll have no choice but to go in ourselves. Said Henry. He had been in a tunnel once before, and it never ended well. Henry soon entered the tunnel, cars first. But when he got into the back of it, he started going backwards. First his tender, then Henry, then the two cars, and lastly, a great white elephant. So that's what that thing was, said one of the workmen. It must have been an elephant that escaped from the circus. The workmen fed the elephant bun cakes and gave it water, but it was just about to have another drink when Henry let off steam. Went the elephant, spraying water all over poor Henry. The elephant was soon taken back to the circus, and poor Henry banged his coaches for the rest of the day.
You know, if I think I heard the favorite engine, it would totally be, Percy. Mostly because, he helped a lot of school church children out of a promise thing. Just cut to the next episode already.
One summer day, Thomas and Percy met near the station with the vicar's children. Who do you got there? Said Percy. I'm delivering the vicar's children. They're on their summer holiday today. Can you take them home, Percy? I promise, said Percy. But later that day, the weather took a change for the worse. The rain poured down badly. Percy had to wait outside the station. It was so wet, the rain was pouring down all over his boiler. Driver, he said, can we go? Not yet, Percy. We made a promise to help Thomas and the vicar's children. Percy subsided and went to the station to get Annie and Clever. As Percy put down his line, the weather became worse. The rain became harder and harder. At last they came near an obstacle up ahead. Percy tried to move through the flooded track, but he was immediately hurt with the water flashed through his firebox. Percy's cruising went to Clarabelle. Excuse me, sir, said Percy's driver. Can we borrow some floorboards? Not now, said the guard. I only swept the floorboards this morning. It's for Percy's firebox, he said. The guard subsided, and the three men helped cover Percy's firebox. Then up above, Percy noticed something. It's Harold. I guess he's come to mock me. Ow, said Percy. Now he's throwing trash at me. He's not mocking you, said Percy's driver. He's throwing down supplies. After drinking some hot cocoa, the crew went to work and finished covering Percy's firebox. Percy braved through the flood of water. It was hard work. But at last, he finally made it to the station. Well done, Percy, said the vicar. You've helped me and the children get to the station so we can go home. You are a really useful engine.